This chapter is called World's Oldest Liar. It dies at 126. And I'll just read a short passage here. Arthur's cubicle used to be near the water cooler, but the bosses tired of having to chat with him each time they got thirsty. So the water cooler stayed and he was moved. Now his desk is in a distant corner, as far from the locus of power as possible, but nearer the cupboard of pens, which is a consolation. He arrives at work, flops into his rolling chair, and remains still. This persists until inertia and continued employment cease to be mutually tenable, at which point he wriggles off his overcoat, flicks on the computer, and checks the latest news reports. Well, no one has died, or rather 107 people have in the previous minute, 154,000 in the past day, and 1,078,000 in the past week. But no one who matters. That's good. It's been 9 days since his last obit, and he hopes to extend the streak. His overarching goal at the paper is indolence, to publish as infrequently as possible, and to sneak away when no one is looking. He is realizing these professional ambitions spectacularly.
And I will just tell you, since I don't imagine that you actually read the Danish translation, that it's Erik Barfod who translated brilliantly into Danish. But have you actually ever worked with somebody like Arthur Gopal, somebody who's actually afraid of something's happening so that he would have to work?
I feel like I was Arthur Gopal, so I feel like I worked very intimately with him. I think that speaking of, that character isn't modeled after me, nor after anybody in particular, but that feeling is something that I could certainly relate to. I think particularly when I started out in journalism and I found myself confronted with a job that I was profoundly unqualified to take on. And
what was that?
Well, more or less anything. My first job, my very first job really was, I was an editor of international news at the Associated Press on the foreign desk. And I was 23, and I had all of these lifetime foreign correspondents with extraordinary experience and ability and knowledge, and I was given their stories and I had to rewrite them. So you can imagine what ensued. I thought that to prove myself I had to rewrite them a lot. And they thought that to get fired, I had to rewrite them a lot. So there was a difference of opinion. And so I think that I felt that sentiment a little bit. And then, I think the nature of that character is not so much that he's terrified at work, but that he's avoiding it because he just would rather be doing something else. And I did encounter many people in the business who started for certain reasons. They had ideals and goals and hopes for their working life, and then once they actually progressed with their career, few of those were realized, or some were, but it wasn't quite as they had dreamed and hoped, and they found themselves looking forward to the football match at the end of the week or their next vacation, and just wanting to sort of dissolve into the carpet if they could.
But that reaction you would find, anywhere, not only in the media.
Exactly,
right?
I think you would find that in most offices, yeah.